is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you on a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all as the trade deadline comes closer to ending. We're going to see a lot more things happen quicker, and hopefully we can see another big name move to increase the chances of another team for the future or their chances of making a deeper run in the playoffs. And I feel like this is one of them trades where they had to upgrade their talent and get somebody. I think Rodney Hood is pretty straight for the Blazers. They trade Nick Stauskas, Wade Baldwin, and 2 second-round picks for Rodney Hood. I feel like Rodney Hood has played a decent season for Cleveland, but I feel like his game would be better in Portland just because he has a lot of people to take the pressure off of him. He can play. Nurkic is a solid passer in a pick and roll and at the top of the key or even in the low post sometimes or mid post. And Damian Lillard is a guy that he draws so much attention. Same with CJ when they're handling the ball. It's good to have a guy like Rodney Hood who can give you length, size, and athleticism, but also give you three-point shooting. And I think that's the tough part about Rodney Hood. He came into the season in October. He shot 31% from three. In November, he was able to up it up to 45% from three. He shot 29% from three in December, and he shot 34% in January, and he's shooting 50% because it was only one game. And against Dallas in February so far. But Rodney Hood is one of those guys that is a glue guy. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to be able to switch and guard 1, 2s, and 3s and some 4s depending on what lineup is out there. He's going to be able to give you three-point shooting and floor spacing. He can come off screens. He can shoot off the dribble. He's basically what you basically want out of a shooting guard slash small forward. Plus, if you look at Portland, they need something that can really get them over the top, and I just don't think that they can do it with Damian Lillard making the salary that he makes. Same with CJ. For them to get over $100 million and Nurkic to take that pay cut, they really don't have that much room to get anybody substantial unless it's really a buyout. And the fact that they're fourth right now, they're 32-20, and they're in the Western Conference, they're still stuck in no man's land the last 4 years with Damian Lillard as a franchise player. And it's just the truth. They're going to be good enough to make the playoffs, and they've been able to do that, but they're not good enough to really do anything in the playoffs. And that's unfortunate for the Blazers fans, but I feel like they had put a cap on what they could do when they offered Damian Lillard. Obviously, he's a guy that was a rookie of the year. He was an all-NBA first-team player last year. They was able to have their best season with him last year ever. But Damian Lillard only can take you so far. He to me, he's just not a franchise changing player. He has been able to get them to the playoffs, but he hasn't really been able to dominate or really just destroy teams. Like, he may have some good games and some dominant games, but he's just not dominant consistently. He's a dominant offensive player. He's not the greatest passer, not the greatest defender. And he really don't impact the game outside of scoring a lot. So I think that they're limited when they gave him that type of contract to what they really can put around him, because it's either you're going to have to put somebody better than Damian Lillard on this team, or you're going to have to trade CJ and something else, because he is a commodity now because he is on a decent contract and he is an all-star caliber player given the team and given the right situation. But I think having Damian Lillard as your best player, you're limited. And he showed that last year when he got swept in the first. They had the best season ever, and he got swept in the first round. And he's not that big. He's only a 6'3" shooting point guard, really. That he only can really take you so far. And for him to be your franchise player and the guy that you're giving a lot of money to, I think you're limited. I don't really know if you can win a championship with Damian Lillard as your best player. And even if you do, I don't think you can win a championship with C.J. McCollum as your second player to go with Damian Lillard. And that's what they have locked themselves into. They locked themselves into a situation when you have Dame and C.J. and Nurkic. And if that's your big three, you're not beating Golden State. You're not beating Houston. You're not beating the Thunder. You need somebody higher. You need somebody at that wing position. And Harkless haven't became that guy. Al-Farouq Aminu, he hasn't been that guy. They developed. They got better, but they haven't been able to take their game to that next level and become two-way players. They can play defense. They can shoot threes in and out. Sometimes they get out. Sometimes they don't. But with CJ and Damian being the focal point of what you're trying to do, that's not going to be enough. And I love Nurkic. I love the trade for them getting Nurkic because I feel like Nurkic was underrated. And if you're going to trade what they traded for Nurkic and get a guy that can anchor your defense and, be a solid, versatile big that can shoot the ball a little bit, free throws, and can post up, that's a steal. And then they got him on a contract that's basically a rip because he should have got paid more money than he actually did, but he took a pay cut to stay with Portland. They did take a gamble and took a chance trading for him and giving him that starting spot, and he has developed into a solid starting center. But if that's your big three, you're going to have problems because that's not enough, especially when you have the rest of your roster filled out with players that don't have an all-star ceiling. We knew when they signed Evan Turner, he wasn't going to be an all-star caliber player. He has been solid and a good pickup for them. But if that's the guy that you're going to depend on, Al-Farouq Aminu, Maurice Harkless, Miles, you can't do it. Miles Leonard is not enough. Zach Collins, I like him, but he's not better than Nurkic. I know you got solid role players, and I know you got players that can play their role and do their job, but if your big three is Damian, Nurkic, and Lillard, that's not enough in the West. It's enough to get you to the playoffs. It's probably enough to get you out of the first round. But if you want a deep run, you're going to have to get somebody better than Dame. And I know Portland fans not going to like this video. I know they're not going to like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. You guys have had Damian Lillard for half a decade, and you haven't really got that far with him. You really haven't. You got out of the first round, but you keep running into Golden State. They lost to Golden State so many times. And some of the time they got swept. And then the only time they didn't get swept, Steph wasn't healthy. And then they got destroyed when he came back. So you this is not enough. But I do think Rodney Hood is an upgrade considering what they're getting. He's an upgrade over Wade Baldwin. He's an upgrade over Nick Stauskas. Stauskas has been a solid pickup for him, but he can't play defense and he's a liability on that end. Wade Baldwin is a solid guard. He's not going to change your franchise. He's a replaceable player. But I feel like Rodney Hood, this could be a good pickup for them because it gives them another chance to see who they can fill that wing spot with. And he does give you three-point shooting. He can create his own shot, and he can keep the defense honest because he can really light it up if getting the right opportunity. Plus, he hasn't really played with the players of this caliber on a team. I don't think this trade is going to take him over to the next level. I don't think this is going to be enough. But if you really don't want to pay Harkless and Aminu, or you really don't believe in Harkless enough and your other forwards, then you're going to have to take a gamble, and that's what they did. They gave up a little bit too much because they gave up 2 second-rounders. I don't know if that's what they had to do, but they're starting to run out of time, guys, and people starting to hear the trade rumors about Damian Lillard the last 2 years because Damian Lillard is 28. Al-Farouq Aminu is 28, guys. C.J. McCollum is 27. And I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I got to keep it real with my fans and the watchers, so you know I'm not lying to you. Then you look at Nurkic, he's 24. He's young, but he's only getting paid $11 million. But everybody else getting closer to their 30s. They got to figure out if they're going to continue to go with this Dame Lillard dynamic, or are they going to try to take a gamble on a bigger guy. A lot of players don't want to play in Portland. A lot of players don't see that as a home and as a contender. Clyde Drexler and Bill Walton was able to get them to the finals. Damian Lillard hasn't been able to do that. I'm not saying get rid of Dame, but eventually you're going to really have to pick between him or McCollum. Because if you really want that superstar that can really take Dame and them to another level, CJ and Dame is not enough. You're going to have to let go of one of them. I've been saying that for the last 4 years. And 4 years later, they haven't really made that much progress outside of just continuing to make the playoffs and getting beat. They're going to have to make a decision. Is we going to build around Dame as our point guard, or is we going to build around CJ? CJ is a little better because he's younger, plus he's not on a bad contract, Plus, at the same time, he's a guy that can do similar things to Dame, and he's cheaper. You have more wiggle room with CJ than you would do keeping Dame. But Dame has the higher upside because he has been the best player when they've been on the court. But he also take more of your cap. So that's a decision that they're going to have to make. Is they going to keep Dame or CJ, or they're going to continue to ride this out and see what happens. That can work too. 1 minute things can break your way. Somebody can come available. Somebody can be desperately wanting out, and you got a lot of young talent and some picks they just traded 2 of them, but you got some good young talent, and you got some people that can fill in that contract filler to get somebody here. But it's either they're going to have to continue to play it out and see if somebody comes available and then try to build with those three, or they're going to have to pick between Dame or CJ. This Rodney Hood trade is a good pickup. He's better than Stauskas. He's better than Wade Baldwin. He's better than both of them combined. And he does give them help at that wing position. He can play the 2 or the 3, and he can play that position whether it's CJ is off the floor or Dame is off the floor. He can play the 2 or the 3 position too. So that gives them more versatility. That gives them outside shooting, and that gives them length and size, and that gives them somebody that can create their own shot outside of Dame and CJ as a perimeter player. I think they needed that. I think that this is a good pickup for them, and he's not going to be worth that much money, which fits in with what you want to do is keep people on solid contracts and tradable contracts. I don't think people are really demanding for Rodney Hood. I don't think people really think that they need Rodney Hood, but that's good for you because you don't have to worry about paying them 15 to 20 million like he was trying to get last year in free agency. You can pay him 7 to 10 million, put him on a decent tradable contract that's attractive, and allow him to produce with CJ and Damon Nurkic. Until then, either they're going to have to decide one or the other, or they're going to have to keep it real, pick between CJ or Dame. That's the reality of the Portland Trail Blazers right now. And as Dame and CJ continue to get older, their window starts to close even more. And on top of that, to keep it real, their value is going to decrease. So they're going to have to make a decision. Let me know what you guys think about this trade. Is it a fair trade? Is it a balanced trade? Is it underrated, overrated? Whatever you feel about this trade, let me know. Portland fans, let me know how you feel about the video, because I know a lot of you didn't like what I had to say. A lot of you going to respect what I got to say, but I got to keep it real anyway, and people respect me just for that. But what I will say, check out my older videos. I got playlists on my channel. I do NBA breakdown, season preview, trade deadline. I do trades in general. I do buyouts. I keep updated with the NBA draft. I do my own mock draft. I break down guys' games, teams' games. I do season previews. I do it all. And I try to make a video every single day if I can. Also, thanks for supporting me on Spreadshirt. Like on Facebook to show support. My Spreadshirt, my Facebook, and my website will all be in the description in the comment section below. Thanks for checking that out. Thanks for the support. And at the end of the day, I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching, and that's why I continue to go. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about this trade.